Hydrogen fuel cells. Here is a list of things which will be covered during our presentation. What is a hydrogen fuel cell? A hydrogen fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that uses a spontaneous redox reaction to produce a current that is able to function. It combines hydrogen and oxygen to produce electricity, heat, and water. A fuel cell works similarly compared to batteries, as both are able to convert the energy produced by a chemical reaction into electric power. However, fuel cells are more special because they will produce electricity as long as fuel, which is hydrogen, is provided. This is an image of a real-life hydrogen fuel cell. How are hydrogen fuel cells created? A single fuel cell produces approximately 1 volt or less, which is barely enough energy for even the smallest applications. The combination of many single fuel cells is required in a series for it to generate a decent amount of energy. A series of single fuel cells is called a stack. A fuel stack will usually be the size of a suitcase. A single fuel cell stack is pictured on the left, and a stack inside a hydrogen fuel cell is pictured on the right. What are fuel cells used for? Fuel cells are used today in a wide range of applications, from providing power to homes and businesses to moving a variety of vehicles including cars, trucks, and trains. Specifically, NASA is the primary user of hydrogen fuel cells for its space program. It employs hydrogen batteries for electrical sources. Additionally, as fuel cells have the ability to continuously produce energy with a continuous supply of fuel, it is able to power devices like hearing aids, video recorders, cellular phones, and laptop computers.
How does a fuel cell function? A fuel cell is composed of an anode, cathode, and electrolyte membrane. It works by passing hydrogen through the anode and oxygen through the cathode. On the anode side, when the hydrogen molecules enter the system, an oxidation reaction occurs. In this reaction, electrons are being exchanged from the anode to the cathode. This happens because as the H2 molecules enter the system, they will react with the platinum catalyst to speed up the reaction from the reactant side to the product side. The platinum catalyst splits the hydrogen molecules into electrons and protons. Protons will simply pass the electrolyte membrane that only allows positive ions to pass. It acts as a salt bridge and prevents the positive charged H+ ions from building up. Different from protons, the electrons are forced through the external circuit and will generate electricity. Then the electrons proceed to enter the cathode. A reduction reaction occurs. In this reaction, the air O2 that is being brought into the cathode reacts with the protons that have traveled through the electrolyte and the electrons to form H2O. The water that is being produced needs to be released because then there will be a buildup of water and the system will stop functioning. This is a continuous process and it powers an outside source with electricity. To sum up the process, hydrogen enters from the anode and oxygen enters from the cathode. A catalyst at the anode then proceeds to break down the hydrogen molecules into protons and electrons. They then scatter throughout the cathode and a flow of electricity is created. Protons will migrate through the electrolyte to the cathode where they unite with oxygen and the electrons. In the end, water and heat are produced.
Are fuel cells eco-friendly? Fuel cells are eco-friendly because the only direct byproduct of their energy is water and heat. This is the result of the oxidation of molecular hydrogen. Pollution and man-made greenhouse gases would be significantly reduced compared to the use of other fuels because carbon dioxide is not formed. Fuel cells are convenient to use because they do not run down and they do not require to be recharged. A fuel cell will continuously provide energy as long as a constant energy source of fuel and oxygen is present. At the end of a fuel cell's lifetime, it disassembles and the materials are recycled. Thank you for watching our presentation.